Hello again. I was hugely amused to learn the other day that I had been accused of being a secret agent in the pay of a foreign power. I'm not at all sure how or why a secret agent would be running a very public channel in this way, but there you are. This kind of accusation is these days pretty much par for the course for anybody perceived to be on the far right. Suggesting that this or that right-wing commentator or politician is in the pay of the Kremlin is a very common gambit by the left. It is an interesting reversal of the situation in the 1970s and 1980s, when it was left-wing union leaders, journalists, politicians and CND leaders who were supposedly in receipt of gold from Moscow. The theory behind the modern version of this old story is that the views of extremely conservative people in the West today are closely aligned with the values of those currently running the Kremlin. There is disapproval of homosexuality, suspicion of Islam, and a love for traditional family structures. This is all combined with a desire for strong government, strictly policed streets, patriotism, and respect for the church. In all these respects, Vladimir Putin's views and opinions are all but indistinguishable from those of some retired colonel in Tunbridge Wells who writes to the Daily Telegraph complaining about the current state of the country. From time to time, evidence emerges of some mischief hatched in Moscow and associated with right-wing politicians, but for the most part, this kind of thing is a figment of the overactive imagination of left-wing types who cannot bear to think that people really are opposed to immigration or in favour of Brexit. Far better to pretend that all those votes, likes on Twitter, subscribers to YouTube channels and so on are really organised by the GRU, Russian military intelligence. That way, when you see a million likes or tens of thousands of comments agreeing with some ghastly opinion which you loathe, say of somebody opposed to abortion or sodomy, then you can dismiss it all as the work of sophisticated Russian bots. In this way, you can choose to ignore the actual views of ordinary people in Britain and instead embrace a conspiracy theory, which is far more comforting and reassuring.